Mr. Israel, bring that fire out.
I'm trying not to fall by the way, but ain't nobody feeling my pain. Tell me why they all gotta fade. My heart it hurts so bad I can't explain.
Genesis chapter 18 and verse 19. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him.
So guess what? So Christ, one thing the Most High said he knew about Abraham, that Abraham was going to command his house, right? Meaning be the leader, meaning that you wouldn't have the woman knowing more about something than the man. It'll be something that the man would be pushing, correct, right? Because especially how you said that, you know, that the TV be on, you say that the IUIC class is on all the time, right? So one thing I know you would know would be the law on the beard, right? Like you should know that. I bet your wife know it, right? So the question is where's the disconnect? Like, do you truly believe this, or it's kind of like I don't know, or you know, what's the disconnect? Okay, so give me Romans chapter 2 verse 13.
Y'all gonna do, I don't know how long y'all been out, but I just got to.
Okay, about how long? Okay, 5-6 months. All right, I give you that. I give you 5-6 months. Give me that real quick. I made haste. Read that real quick. Romans 2 and 13.
Romans chapter 2 and verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before God.
Because when we come in, a lot of times, I know when I first came in, 9 years ago, when I first found out, I was listening and watching classes and watching YouTube videos over and over and over and over and over and over again, like all night, right? All night. But then, guess what?
For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
But the doers of the law is going to be justified. We got to make sure we doing it, not just hearing it, right? Give me Psalms 119 and verse 60. Start at verse 59. Psalms 119 and verse 59. Because a lot of times we hear it, right? Like you say, your wife have it on, have it playing and stuff like that, right? So you hearing it. So now you got to take another step, right? Read that.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 59.
And what's your name, brother? Roderick? Mr. Roderick. All right. Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson, all right. Read that again.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 59. I thought on my ways.
So you think about it, that's what David's saying, right? You listening to me? He said he thought on his ways, right? That's the same thing we all had to do. I had to think on my ways, the way I used to be, how I used to live my life, right? And you got to make sure you're doing the same. You got to think on your ways, the things that you used to do, right, that go against God's laws, statutes, and commandments. So you think on your ways, read.
And turn my feet unto thy testimony.
Then you got to make a change, right? You got to turn your feet to the word of God, to God's testimonies, read.
I made haste.
He did what?
I made haste.
Took his time.
I made haste.
I went slow and just kind of just pedaled through.
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
So that's what we got to make sure we doing. We make haste and delay not to keep God's commandments. Go to Sirach 5. We got to that's what you got to do, right? You learn this information. Guess what? You got to make steps. Make steps. Like when I first found this out, first thing I did, told my wife, hey, look, we ain't eating pork no more. We ain't eating this. We ain't eating that no more. We got to change over, right? Okay, good. You eat catfish, shrimp, crab, lobster. What about catfish? You ain't saying about catfish. Okay, good. Well, don't eat it, right? Watch this. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
So the scripture says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. I mean, as soon as you find out, bam, you need to start making decisions to turn to the Lord, right? Read.
And put not off from day to day.
You got to make sure you don't put off day to day, right? That's what a lot of times in what we do, we'll find something out. We'll find out something that's supposed to be right. And guess what we do? We'll take our time. Like I said, we'll pedal through it and be like, well, I got time. You don't. That's the problem is that we don't have time. real problem is, but we think we do. We think we got time, right? You never know when the day gonna be, right? We hearing about all the prophecies in the Bible coming through right now. They say wars and rumors of wars and all that stuff. Famine. You're hearing about all the food manufacturing plants catching fire all over the world, right? They say, hey, you never know, these stores, they're gonna stop getting food and stuff like that. Are we getting prepared for this, right? It definitely is coming, right? When it comes, what side, where you gonna be at? You gonna be still, well, I'm still new, I'm trying, or you gonna be on the side, I'm doing, right? Read.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
Guess what? At any time, bam, it's right there. The wrath of the Lord will come forth, read.
And in thy security.
And in your security, thinking that you got time. I got time. I think I got time. It may not be happening right now. You know, they've been saying that Jesus was coming back. He ain't come back yet. The scripture says, in your security, Mr. Johnson, read.
Thou shalt be destroyed.
You will be destroyed in that security. Right? Is that it on that? Read.
And perish in the day of vengeance.
And in that day of vengeance, when he coming back to make vengeance of those that's not serving his commandments, right? So when he come back to make vengeance, the question is where you gonna be at, right? 5 months, 5 months, that's the time to been, hey, for you not to know that it was a school here, that means you ain't even go to the website yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you listening and stuff like that, but you ain't even went to the website yet, right? You got to start making moves. Matthew 24. You got to start make sure you making moves because, look, this is what Christ says is going to happen. Read that.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war.
You hearing about that right now, right? Read.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Now, the real believers are not troubled, right? The real believers, they see it coming. The real believers see it coming. They saying, okay, this is what we've been talking about. We've been getting ready for this. We've been trying to prepare our spirit for this. Right now, we 100% ready. Nah, we probably not 100% because we don't know how it's going to be. But guess what? We know it builds up our faith because we know that the prophecies that's been talking about in the Bible are coming true, right? Showing us that this is a true book. Read.
But the end is not yet.
It said even with all that stuff happening, they ain't even the end yet. They ain't even the end. The wars, rumors of wars, guess what? It's more and more and more to go. Read.
For nation shall rise against nation.
We seeing that right now, right? We seeing that right now. You got even in Russia, they ready to overthrow Putin in Russia to try and end the war. You got Putin saying, hey, if y'all keep giving weapons to Ukraine, it's gonna go down, right? In North Korea, he said, hey, look, I got a bomb and it worked. You see what I'm saying? They don't even talk about the nukes that they got in Pakistan and India and places like that. They keep all that on the under. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And that's what's going on. We got nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Read.
And there shall be famines.
There should be what?
Famine.
Now, we know it should be famine. Sometimes if you go on YouTube or Twitter, guess what? You see people walking around Walmart, the whole shelf's empty, nothing there. Right? They talk about all the trucks. They don't have enough. The trucks not coming in and this, and that. Look, I own a trucking company, right? They got truck drivers out here. They got truck drivers all over the place. There ain't no shortage of truck drivers. That's a lie. It ain't no shortage of truck drivers. This stuff being made to happen. Read.
And there shall be famines and pestilences.
And pestilences and diseases, right? You had the COVID-19, right? Shut down the whole earth for a minute, right? Then you had the remix, you had the Omarion, and then what they call it, Omicron. Now you got another one about to come in. Bill Gates saying, hey, it ain't over. It ain't over, right? He buying up all the farmland. What you think he buying up? Why you think a billionaire buying up farmland? What you think? What you think he think about to happen? What you think he think about to happen? The prophecies that's written in this Bible, famine, right? And guess what? Another billionaire, he just bought one of the major communication tools, right? Twitter. So now you're going to have one billionaire controlling what you hear. He the same billionaire that control on what go on in space, right? And then you got another billionaire, he about to control all the farmland out here. What you think about to happen? You think that's something that's going to be good for us or bad for us? It ain't going to be good. Keep reading.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
They have earthquakes everywhere right now, right? Read.
All these are the beginning of sorrow.
Guess what Christ said, Mr. Johnson? He said all this stuff right here, it's just the beginning of sorrows. This ain't even the bad part yet. He said it's just the beginning of what's really about to go down. right? So with all this being said in the Bible, prophesied thousands of years ago, and it's happening right now, what you think you need to do? You need to prepare? How you going to prepare? You got to get in the word, or you got to do the word?
Yeah, be doers of the word.
You got to be doers of the word. So what, you live out here now?
No, I stay up top of the hill.
I mean, you live in this area.
In this area.
Okay. You say your wife, she still live in Huntsville? What's right? Y'all separated? Okay, well, why?
I go to Huntsville, I go to Huntsville often.
Okay. Y'all still deal with each other? Okay, all right. So it ain't nothing there? All right, how long y'all been married? How long y'all been married all together? So y'all about to get married again? I'm just saying, like, look, one thing I know for sure, look, I've been married to my wife for 20 plus years. I can't remember, but at least over 20 years, right? And me and my wife, we went through a separation before. But guess what? Hey, look, that's my partner right there. I don't trust nobody no more than I trust her, right? A lot of times you put all these years and stuff together, right? You know, you can't just let it go. I don't know why y'all, hey, they say it's cheaper to keep her out, but hey, look, that wasn't gonna matter to me. Well, you gotta earn one of these. We don't just get these out. Yeah, you gotta earn. You gotta show up. We want to see you this Saturday. Where you going? You gonna break the Sabbath day this Saturday? Which way you see? Okay. So if you already know you gotta keep the Sabbath day, how you going out of town Saturday? Okay, all right. Okay. All right, so you're going to be gone tomorrow. You ain't traveling on the Sabbath. Okay, all right. So then I don't want to say after that. Like, it's like, nah, you don't buy, you don't sell, you don't work, you don't cook, none of that, right? That's the only thing about the Seventh-day Adventists. They do, one thing I will say is that they do follow the Bible closer than probably any other denomination, right? But they still don't teach you who you are. They don't teach that the Bible was made for you. They don't teach you that you're an Israelite. Because we live it. We live it. We're not in a lot of the idolatry and stuff like that. Because who came up with Seventh-day Adventists? Where that come from? What's that? Is that Ellen G. White? Who came up with Seventh-day Adventists? Who came up with that?
I got it wrong.
I think it's Ellen G. White, but I don't want to say that because I could be wrong or whatnot. But guess what? It ain't in the Bible nowhere. You can't find Seventh-day Adventists in the Bible, right? It's just another man-made religion. God didn't give us religion. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And he said you can't enter no other type way, right? I'm going to read this last scripture. I know you got to go. Give me that real quick. And
William Miller.
What's his name?
William Miller.
Give me that. John chapter 10. I'm gonna show you something too, Mr. Johnson. Let me show you something real quick, Mr. Johnson, real quick. Read that.
John chapter 10 and verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold.
So, Mr. Johnson, it says, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold. We talking about that sheepfold. He talking about the 12 tribes of the house of Israel, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? It says, if you try and enter some other kind of way, let me show you, we're going to read it.
But climbeth up some other way.
You try and come some other way through Catholicism, Baptist, Lutheran, what do we got? Seventh-day Adventist, Anglican, Pentecostal, all those things right there. You said try and come in some other type way, read.
The same is a thief and a robber.
Same as a thief and a robber, right? You're not trying to come in the right way. Right? That's why I said, even though some of the stuff they do teach is good, at the same time, they're not teaching you your nationality. Because that's the first thing he said to learn. In 1 Kings, he said, we got to bethink ourselves. That's the first thing, because that's what was taken away from us, right? What's our culture? You so-called African-American, right? What's our heritage? Yeah, I'm asking you, but what's our heritage? As an African American, what is the African American heritage? What's something that we would say is our heritage? Yeah. Like if we go back, if we was like, let's go back, let's talk about our heritage. What would we say it is? I mean, but what is it? What's like some of our customs? Some of our holidays? What's some of the things we used to eat? What was our language? What music we used to listen to? What games we used to play? What's our heritage? You see that? See, we don't know. Jeremiah 17 verse 4. Jeremiah 17 verse 4. We don't know what our heritage is. That was all taken away from us. Watch this.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
That's what happened to you, Mr. Johnson. You discontinue from your heritage. Read.
That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
That's what happened to us, right? Isaiah 65:15. That's what happened to us. When we ask the people on this sign right here, in verse 4, everybody on this sign right here, if we was to ask the question, what's your heritage? They don't know it. Right? They might try and come, like, say this right here. A lot of them, they say, well, Spanish. I say language. They may say Spanish. They wasn't always speaking Spanish. When the Spaniards came, when the conquistadors came, Hernan Cortez and them came, they beat that language into them. No, it can't be our heritage. That's the heritage of our slave master, right? Just like me calling you Mr. Johnson, right? That's just a continent. That's the name of a continent right there. Africans don't even call themselves Africans. Right? They'll call themselves Nigerian, Igbo, right? Tutsi, Nilotes, stuff like that. They don't call themselves Africans. That's an American thing, right? We in America, we give everybody their own name. We're like, yeah, you are this or you are that, right? Like even here, they won't even say like they Hispanic. They don't want to say they Mexicans, and we know all Hispanics ain't Mexicans. They got all kinds of different cultures and countries and nationalities that they are, right? But here they'll just say, oh yeah, you this right there. They'll just call him one, right? That ain't right. That ain't his name. Just like Johnson ain't your name. Watch this. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
Guess what? That's what happened. You left your name for a curse. The name that God gave you, you don't have no more. Right? You got the name of your oppressor. Right? Just like I used to have. I changed my name. My name is Israel now. Yadin Israel. Right? But I used to have a name. Guess what? When we come into this knowledge, right, we fix the things that was broken. Right? Just like when I used to be a sinner. Right? We fix the things that's broken. Right? And guess what? We can't wait. We can't sit back and wait. Right? It's look, like the scripture say, a man's going is of the Lord. Right? Because we came here, I was like, I don't know if I really like this spot. And I was like, we're going to stay here anyway, right? Right? I see Elijah was like, we're going to stay with this spot right here. We came here just for you, Mr. Johnson. Just for you. You pulled up, you was like, y'all IUIC, you know Bishop Nathaniel? Y'all like, yeah, we know. Come on up. Right? So we came here just for you to get this word. So now it's going to be your decision. Whether you're going to follow or whether you're going to not. Whether you're going to think this is just a regular thing or not. Right? Because to be honest with you, a lot of times when we get marked with this word and we leave it alone, and guess what? It could be to our destruction. Right? You got any questions? I know you got a question. Now, I'm going to take you for your word, Mr. Johnson. It is. Wait. I think I put one over there with the phone number on it. It should be, I probably set it over there, maybe under my Bible or whatnot. Or give him the phone number with the extension. Go ahead, give it to him. Put it in there. All right, give him the phone number with the right extension. You got it. You got it for him. You need a pen? Here you go. Good catch. All right. Where we at? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. So we are here to show that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible. And it's time for us to come back to our laws, statutes, and commandments. Guess what? The names and the language that we speak to now, that's not our heritage. That's not who we are. That was given to us by our oppressors. And it's time for us to come back to who we are, right? Jesus Cristo no Blanco. That's Negro. It's in the Bible. It's in the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14.
Right.
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
That's got to be the question. We just got to ask that question. What does God require of us? What? All right, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to see you next Saturday. If you back, I'm going to see you next Saturday, right? All right. Tell your wife that you ran into us. All right, all praises. Read that again.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
That should be the question we should be asking. What does God require of us? What's required of us, right? A lot of our people say we believe in God, we love God, we believe in the Bible, but what is required of us as believers? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
We got to make sure we fear the Lord thy God. Read.
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God.
We got to make sure we walk in all his ways. And one thing that we can't walk in, that's not one of the ways of the Lord, is coming up, is Mother's Day.
Right.
It's Mother's Day. Mother's Day ain't in the Bible. You can't find Mother's Day in the Bible, right? You can't. But what you can find in the Bible, you can find the Sabbath day, right? You can find the Sabbath day. You can find the Day of Atonement. You can find a lot of different days in the Bible. But you ain't going to find Mother's Day, Father's Day. You ain't going to find Christmas, just ways.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.